In this video, we're going to cover how to build a bill of materials for the ICX 7750 series of products. So first of all, the 7750 is the second from the highest end aggregation core. In fact, it was the premium core until the 7850 launched just very recently. And so before we begin, make sure you have the latest price list. You can get that from the partner portal under sales resources. So the price list changes frequently, so make sure you have the latest in front of you. So the 7750 comes in a few different varieties. So it comes in the 26Q, the 48F, and the 48C. So the 26Q comes with 26 40 gig ports on the front end, and then you can add a 6-port 40 gig module into the back for 32 ports of 40 gig. The 48F is 48 ports of 10 gig fiber, and then 6 ports in the front of 40 gig, and there's an optional slot in the back for another 6 ports. The 48C is 48 ports of 10 gig copper with 4 40 gig ports in the front and then the module slot in the back. So if we look at the back here, we have a modular slot here. So that will accommodate 6 ports of 40 gig. We have hot swappable redundant AC or DC power supplies and then 4 fan trays. So normally those fan trays come in a kit of 4 fans. So I covered most of this in the previous slide, but the 4 40 gig ports in the back is a modular slot. Hot swappable fan trays, you need to populate all 4 of them even if you only have 1 power supply. So that is a difference between this and other ones. Also, you can purchase it in a front to back or a back to front airflow. There is a note here that we don't support stacking and breakout at the same time, so just in case I forget to mention that. So even though the 40 gig ports will break out into 4 10 gig ports each, that is not supported at the same time as stacking. So you can stack up to 12 of these switches together, but breakout mode is not supported with stacking simultaneously. So this is the 6Q module, so 6 QSFP plus ports, so that is an optional module. The 6 40 gig ports in the front are built in, so only this back is an optional. So you can order the switch with as exhaust or intake. So normally it would default to exhaust. And so exhaust or intake means from the back of the switch. So are you exhausting the airflow at the back? Then that's a -E, and that would be the standard front to back airflow. If you are intaking or taking the air, sucking the air in from the back, then that is a -I or an intake module, right? So from the back of the switch, intake at the back or exhaust at the back, but most would default to E, and that's the standard. But if you were running them in a data center and it was at the back of the rack, then you might want it to pull from the back forward. So what comes in the box? The 7750 itself comes in the box. It's going to come with a 2-post rack mount kit, so 2 rack ears with the appropriate screws for those. It's going to come with a console cable, RJ45 to DB9. It comes with these 2 micro HDMI to RJ45 stack control path cables. Don't worry about those. You can leave those to the side. They are not utilized, at least at this time, for any feature set within the switch. So there's no point plugging those in or hooking them up. They're not going to function. There is also a grounding kit that comes with it, should you wish to ground it, and installed filler panels for, depending on how you order the switch, but it's going to come usually with filler panels for the second power supply slot and the expansion module slot. So the switch SKUs themselves. So the 26Q, right, comes with well, all of these base model here just come with no power supply, no fans, no interface modules, and no optics. So all those must be ordered separately. So 26Q, again, 26 ports of 40 gig and the modular slot. The 48C is going to come with 48 1 gig, 10 gig RJ45, and the 6 40 gig QSFP plus ports. The 48F is 48 10 gig SFP plus ports and the 6 40 gig QSFP plus ports. And then lastly, the 48F-RMT3, 48 10 gig SFP plus, 6 40 gig QSFPs, and then 3 years of support. So you still need to order the power supplies and the fans and the modules separately, but it does come with the 3 years of support built into that SKU. So optional accessories, so we've got the 6Q module, so the 6 ports of 40 gig, should you wish to do that. Now, you can stack with the front or back or both, so you could actually stack with, 6 40 gig ports up and 6 40 gig ports down in your stack. That's fine. So if you want to use all 12 40 gig ports for a stack, by all means, that is definitely doable. The next, we have a kit of 4 fan assemblies. So you're always going to run this with 4 fan assemblies. So you're going to buy quantity 1 of that kit of 4 for the switch. Now, we do sell them as a single, so if you have a single fan fail, you can replace a single fan should you need to do so. So there's intake, so -I or -E, depending on what you want to do. There's a layer 3 certificate of entitlement. So if you want to run premium layer 3 features, you need this layer 3 COE upgrade. As far as power supply goes, there is the 9E and 9I, so exhaust and intake, AC power, and then the 9 DCE or DCI for DC power, exhaust or intake. There's a 4-post rack kit, an air plenum 4-post kit, and a 2-post rack kit. It comes with a 2-post rack kit, but if you needed a spare for whatever reason, those are all available. There's a FIPS security seal for federal. You can order yourself a extra console cable or the LRM rack mount adapter if you're running LRM. So as far as warranty goes, it comes with the assurance limited lifetime, so it's advanced next business day replacement warranty. That does not cover optical transceivers, so if you want your optics covered, you need to order the NDP or 4P support offerings. It also only comes with 90 days of 8x5 TAC support. So at the very least, you're going to want remote support to give you 7x24 TAC access above and beyond that 90 days. So as far as support goes, there's the Watchdog, which is a kind of a reactive level of support for 1, 3, and 5 years. Next business day or 4-hour parts, and then the premium, which is a proactive support, 1, 3, and 5 years available next business day, and 4-hour parts available. Support SKUs, these are the Watchdog, not the Bulldog. So 4-hour, 1 year, 3 year, 5 year. Next business day, 1 year, 3 year, 5 year. Remote support, which is to add 7x24 TAC onto your warranty for 1, 3, and 5 years. And then secure uplift for primarily for federal, for secure environments where they cannot return failed hardware. So optics, now optics, always refer to the optics datasheet, or at a minimum refer to the optics matrix in the price list for which optics are supported, in which port, what distances, what fiber type, etc. So really important that you order the supported optics for your device. And the note, as always, third-party optics are not supported. They may function, but we can't assure the quality, and we can't test all third-party optics. And so therefore, if you call into TAC to have them troubleshoot an issue, they're going to ask you to replace those optics with Ruckus optics before they continue to troubleshoot. For stack connections or even uplinks, if you're using direct attach cables or twin X cables, you may call them, we strongly recommend use passive whenever possible. So for shorter distances, 0.5 meter, 1 meter, 3 meter, anything less than 5 meters, you want to run passive. They run cooler, they pull less energy, and they're less expensive. So they're an all-around win. If you need to go 5 meters or longer, then you want to go active. But we do support active for shorter distances, but the recommended is passive. So supported stack interfaces on 7750. So 7750 does not support stacking on the 1 gig, 10 gig interfaces on module 1. It supports stacking on the 6 by 40 gig interfaces, either in the front or the rear, or both combined. So you can choose to stack or uplink on any of those 12 available 40 gig ports. And the note here, as I said before, breakout mode is not supported with stacking. So if you wish to break those 40 gig ports into 4 by 10, that's fine. You can certainly do that in standalone mode, but you cannot run that concurrently with stacking on the same device. The LRM adapter, so we don't support LRM natively on these interfaces. So if you want to run LRM, you need to order the 1-port or 2-port LRM adapter in order to use LRM optics. So just be aware of that. LRM is primarily used for old fiber, OM1, OM2, OM3. You can go up to 220 meters on that old fiber, but it's going to require the LRM adapter and LRM optics to run that distance. So here's a sample bill of material. So what we're looking for here is they wanted the 7850 48 port fiber, so 10 gig SFP plus fiber, 48 of them. They want redundant power, they want layer 3 software, and they want 3 years of remote support. So we ordered one of the switch, so it's a 7850-48F-RMT3, and so that's going to come with the 640 gig ports built into the front, no module in the back, no fans and power supplies. Then we ordered the 4-fan kit, right? So you got all 4 fans populated. You need to populate all 4, so you might as well buy the kit. So quantity 1 of that. Quantity 2 of the AC power supply, so the -E for the fans and the power supply, so we're going exhaust or front to back airflow, and then power cords. So because the power supplies were not part of a bundle in this case, they were ordered separately. You need to order power cords separately. So we ordered 2 of the PC USA power cord. And then we ordered 1 of the premium layer 3 certificate of entitlement, so the layer 3 license. So that's it. Those are the pieces required for that. And that's it. So this is a piecemeal. There's not a lot of bundle here. Generally, you're going to order the base box. You order the 4 fans and the kit. You're going to order 1 or 2 power supplies, depending on your requirement. Order the optional module. And the premium layer 3 license, and then support to go on it should you wish to. All right, so thanks for joining and have a great day. Take care.